choice.
No.
To.
Now.
I can hold it.
This might be an hour long.
Hey, what's it? Goddamn! 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody?
Hola, fellow peeps. Welcome to Anime Eats.
The channel where we give you freshly served reactions. My name is Eren, your video editor here.
And my name is Marissa LeBlue, your cosplayer.
And if you're new, welcome to our channel.
Welcome, all new people. We appreciate you being here and joining our journey here on Anime Eats. And as for
the rest of y'all, welcome back to Anime Eats, where we watch and react to nothing but anime. Right now, we're watching Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 19. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button
what he said.
to become an animated eater squad. Okay? Make sure you check us out on Instagram at Anime Eats. Follow me at Barudo.
You can go to my Instagram as well at Miss LeBlue, just because I know you hate LeBlue.
First of all that dandruff list. Oh shit. Goddamn.
And or you can go down in the description box below and hit the link to our Patreon, where we release cool content like bloopers, vlogs,
Bonus reaction soon.
in the future bonus reactions, cool stuff like that.
Without further ado, we're gonna start this video in 3 and 2 and 1.
No.
Let's get started. Protect that dude. Yeah, for real.
That's rough.
He said no. Big facts! Oh no.
Boy, Eren, you're bold.
Oh no. Levi's gonna beat your ass before you even fight that
Right?
shit. Man, where you learn that from?
巨人化したお前を止めるには殺すしかないと言ったんだ。このやり方なら重傷で済む。とはいえ個々の技量頼みだから。待ってください。どうやったら生えてくるとかわからないんです。何か他に方法は。何の危険も冒さず何の犠牲も払いたくありません。いやなら腹をくくれ。俺たちも同じだ。お前に殺される危険がある。だから安心しろ。はい、わかりました。じゃあ実験して命をかける価値は十分ある。
Even if he turned into a tiny and he is too skilled,
Right?
he'll beat his ass.
She's in perfect control.
Yeah.
それ以降の判断は任せたよ。了解です。このカレイドなら自我のない状態の巨人であっても拘束できるはず。アイスだ。合図が伝わらなかったのかな。いや、そんな確実性の高い代物でもねえだろ。一旦中止だ。何かあったの？
What?
お前が巨人になれないとなるとウォールマリアを塞ぐっていう大義もクソもな。
That's crazy.
命令だ。なんとかしろ。はい。そう気を落とすな、エレン。しかしまあ思ったよりお前は人間だったってことだ。
What the fuck, bro? Why y'all throwing this at
ずっ
us
と
now?
命を落とすよりは巨人になれなくてもいいのか。大丈夫か。
Oh gosh. At the most inconvenient time.
And watch him not control it too. And leave that guy beat his
Right?
ass.
That's scary, not knowing when.
落ち着け。リヴァイ兵長。こら。落ち着けと言ってるんだ。お前ら。
It's crazy.
Oh, what made him trigger that form, bro? Calm down. Calm down. I'm not understanding. This is some bullshit.
And that's it?
What the fuck? You only have faith. You only have faith.
I mean,
With me,
you
then?
can't blame them though. They didn't see what understand at the same time. She rushes right up.
It's hot. Ooh. That was. That's some bullshit though.
ちの能力です。クソでも長引いたな。
そんなことないよ。改善だったこと。上への説明に手間取っちゃってさ。まあとりあえずこれを見てくれ。
ティースプーンですか？
そう。エレンが出した巨人何か思うことがない？
確かそれを拾おうとして巨人化をその直後でした。
今回巨人化できなかった理由はそこにあるのか。巨人を殺す、砲弾を防ぐ、世を持ち上げる。
Needs a
い
goal.
ずれの状況も巨人化する前に明確な目的
Yeah, I said he needed a goal.
スプーンを拾うために巨人になるなんて。
To pick up school.
またこれは。つまりお前が意図的に許可を破ったわけでは。
Duh, nigga. Vegeta headline ass.
そのささやかな代償だ。だからなんだって話だよな。お前を抑えるのが俺たちの仕事だ。それ自体は間違ってねえんだからな。調子に乗んなよガキ。
Who's that? Bakugo talking?
私たちってビクビクしてた。間抜けで失望したでしょ。でもそれでも私たちはあなたを頼るし、私たちを頼ってほしい。
おい、さっさと決めろ。
So now they in love?
ごめんなさい。逃げ切るなんて。このまま背中を向けて走って。
Bro, so we gotta binge watch this.
最高になる。
Okay. I cannot stop it.
死にそうだけど仲間を見殺しにしてみんな前に進むことを選んだ。今兵長は前を見続けている。
Yeah, yeah.
先輩たちも兵長を信じて全てを託して。俺は
Ooh.
What was that?
I told you, cliffhanger. Whoa, look at her face. Ooh. Oh, Erwin! Oh, Eren! Damn! Beat her ass!
They came in with
Beat
full
her
throttle.
ass!
Dang.
Beat her ass!
タクシー。
Dang. They bombarded her.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that big bitch. But she did to capture her.
生け捕りだ。
Right.
Mm-hmm.
どうだエレン、見たか。あの巨人を捕らえたんだぞ。これが調査兵団の力だ。なめてんじゃねえぞこのバカ。どうだ、わかった。はい。ムハンが命を落として戦ってくれたおかげで時間が稼げた。あれがなければ不可能だった。そうか。そうだ。
There you go. That's what you've been talking about.
彼らのおかげでこいつのうなじの中にいるやつだ。
Ooh, inside that thing. Yes.
中で小便漏らしてねえといいんだが。
Ooh, ooh. I'm getting teary-eyed again.
Dang. They caught her.
Like some fucking spiders.
Boy.
First of all, don't hit my neck. Man, beat her ass.
That's probably like Titan self-defense training 101. Guard your neck at all costs, all the time, every time.
Beat her ass.
So you want to see them jump her?
I want to see Levi cut up that same time on the OVA to Annie right now.
Okay.
Man, if shut up. All right. But yeah. Ooh, good ass episode. Good ass episode.
Really great episode.
We got some more insights about how the transformation of a Titan really works. he had to have a goal or to think of something in order for him to transform.
It makes sense. He can't just mindlessly turn into a Titan and just chill. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, he can just do it and just be roaming around like it's nothing, you know?
Yeah. But I wonder, I just want to know why.
Yeah, why is that?
Why? So
I mean, it has to be like a nerve thing. Because when I feel the trigger or like the spark and shit, because you know, we have electricity going through our whole body, you know? And for some reason, does it say that the electricity that goes throughout our body is blue? Does it say it's blue? And the Titan electricity is like that red-orange. And I feel like him thinking to pick up the spoon while he already inflicted his pain, thinking about picking up the spoon, I feel like the electricity ran through his arm in order for him to transform into a Titan. Like how when we moving right now, me moving my fingers, it's producing electricity. I feel like that's what it is for you to transform into a Titan.
Right.
So in order for you to think of something that you are about to do, and you already inflicted your pain, and then bam, the Titan electricity comes through, and then bam, you transform. That's
and
one
all
thing
of the goals that we've seen thus far have been physical
right.
oriented. You know what I mean? They've
Exactly.
been focused on the fact that he needs to be able to do something, but he can only do it with the Titan's body.
Right.
So it's some type of like
It's a physical.
mental to physical, like nerve connection, something, but it's all physically oriented, which is, so I don't think he could be like, oh, I need to ace this test, let me turn into a Titan.
Of course.
But no, but that's interesting though, that he really needs a physical goal in order to transform.
Yeah, like he said, the bullet, the cannon, and the boulder is sealing the gates, and I guess to kill Titans, right? To get out of the Titan that ate him, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting. But also, I like the fact that we got to see a little bit more about the Survey Corps. Whether Eren can really like trust them or not. You know what I mean? We're very slowly but surely finding out more about them and how they work as a whole, you know, and how the Survey Corps functions. So
They're smart.
they're really smart. So
They're smart.
Erwin brings a lot. He's obviously a very intelligent, tactical person.
Yes, indeed.
Very much so.
A great leader.
Yeah, a really great leader. Again, we don't know whether he's like necessarily good or bad yet. We don't really know. If you didn't watch the OVA No Regrets, be sure that you go and watch that, because we gave a lot of really cool thoughts on Erwin, so you can kind of see where we stand right now and what we're feeding off of based off that OVA. But we don't really know if he's good or bad yet. But it is cool to see more about how the Survey Corps works when they're actually facing Titans in their, like, quote-unquote natural habitat.
Right.
Even though this was obviously a little bit different of a Titan. This was a conscious Titan knowing what she's doing.
AKA a nigga in the net.
But the trap they set up was so intricate. It was so intricate and it was huge. And they probably went way ahead and disappeared so they could get that all set up and wait there, you know? And I mean, that's one thing. I will give Erwin credit there. Like, we don't know if we can like trust him in the long run, you know, in the grand scheme of things, but like he pulled through. And that's the first time we've really seen Erwin truly like do something like that, or really pull through and show that he's trustworthy in some form, you know? So that was cool.
I was not expecting that. I don't know what to expect.
Me either. I wasn't expecting Erwin to pop out.
Because I was like, what else can they do? Like, that's the one thing they have is a maneuver gear.
Yeah.
But I did not know they had like shit like that to
Me
capture.
either.
A nigga.
But it makes sense because, I mean, how the heck did they capture those other ones that Hanji was studying? You know what I mean? They have to have developed certain restraints for the Titans to be able to capture them alive. So, but her, I mean, she's a little bit different.
But man, y'all, oh wait. She was shook.
The Titan?
The female Titan,
Oh.
Annie, whatever, she was shooketh.
Oh, yeah. Like, when does she turn back? Can she just stay in that form?
Yeah, you can stay in that form until... What happened to Eren? Eren was pretty much like eating, you know what I'm saying? And then he just crawl out of it.
That's what I'm saying, but like, do they have to cut her out and open
They
her
have
neck
to.
in order
They have
to see her? She can't.
Either she released it herself, or they had to cut her out. Remember, Levi was talking about it.
Yeah.
On how to get Eren out of his body.
Right. That's why I was thinking though. I'm like, I wonder how she works, and I wonder if she's just gonna go back, or they, you know, they just need to pry her out of there themselves.
And does it? And do she have to have a goal in order to transform into a Titan too?
Yeah.
Just like Eren.
That's what I'm wondering is if they're all kind of the same. And she did have a goal though. You know, her goal was to capture Eren. Get Eren somehow.
And why is she so goddamn fast? Is Eren that fast?
He probably could be if he knew how to control it properly. But she's like a freaking ninja at this point in Titan form.
Damn. But
So.
the muscle is high, she say. Damn.
Yeah,
That's interesting. I want to keep that in mind.
yeah. It is shout out to Eren for trusting the Survey Corps. I know that had to be a really hard
Very
thing
hard.
to do, but I feel like we can't overlook this piece of character development in this episode.
No, we can't. No.
We always go over
No.
character development, and Eren is
This-
wild.
Mhm.
Eren is the rebel of the rebels, okay? And we know this. Eren is just freaking, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna slaughter
I'm
this
gonna
man."
start
And he gets all impulsive and carried away and hard-headed. And he was about to go, you know what? Why don't I just transform? Even though he knew he was putting everyone in danger. Everyone told him he can't do that without permission for obvious reasons. It's like, you know, it's like freaking Broly not having the control thing. Like, if he goes wild, he might kill everybody. You know
But
what
the
I mean?
control thing is Levi.
So exactly, but no, the fact that Levi was speaking the truth, and I love what Levi was saying, just because he was really providing what me and Randrell love, which is different perspectives.
Yeah.
You know, in the end, do whichever one you're going to regret least, because in the end, none of us know which one was the best choice.
Because damn, imagine him turning to a Titan. He fucked up the plan.
He fucked up everything. And so the fact that Eren fought his impulse based on these people that he doesn't necessarily trust like that yet.
Right.
You know, he has good reason not to trust them completely, just like they haven't trusted him completely, you know? And to see him back off and be like, you know what, I'm gonna put my faith in someone other than myself, that is very unlike Eren from what we've seen. And that shows a ton of growth for him. So I just wanted to mention that.
Because you gotta break it down on why it happened, on Eren's character development. In the beginning, only thing he cared about is attacking and killing Titans. So when the first chance he got, he was like, let's go kill these niggas and just dip and trying to kill these Titans. But now, going through what he went through and feeling the pressure of the people was being, scared of Eren when he transformed without permission, But after the fact that they realized that it wasn't his fault, everybody bit, themselves in the thumb and say, look, that's our fault, this is what we do, we're gonna bite ourselves to let you know that shit is all good, you know what I'm saying? Have faith in me and have faith in the Survey Corps or the Survey Corps. So seeing that, without that, I don't think Eren would have changed or would make that decision not to change, because that's a huge deal, Well, what I'm trying to say is that that is a huge character development, Eren, because like you said, that's only thing he wants to do is kill Titans. So for him to think rationally about everything and decide not to, yes, that's a character development. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I like it. I like what AOT doing. Like they literally show you why there is character development. You know what I'm saying? Like, reason why he didn't do this is because of this scene right here.
Yeah.
Reason why John is the way he is because these scenes right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy.
And also, in the OVA, afterwards when we discussed it, I was talking about, even though Erwin looks like he's playing on the side of good for humanity, at the same time is he actually still just selfish, you know? And does he actually care about those around him in the way that you think he would, based on his motive, or the motive that we see, that he shows to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Levi hopped on the tree branch to talk to him after they trapped the female Titan, and he was like, Levi was quick to be like, if it wasn't, we had some soldiers die, distracting her, stalling her, whatever, while we got away. And he was like, we have to thank them. Without them, we couldn't have done this. And Erwin goes, is that so? What's that mean? That sounds passive aggressive. What does that mean? And then Levi just continues to praise them and be like, yeah, thanks to them, we'll be able to see what's inside of her,
Respect.
But Erwin didn't bother expanding on that. Levi just kind of said it to him, and he just kind of blew it off. And I don't look past that type of thing. I don't go, oh, he probably just wasn't thinking about it, whatever. No, you think about things like that. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, in the OVA, Levi was brand new. And I had said, Erwin, I understand his perspective to an extent, because you do have to be cool-headed and calm and intelligent and logical in these situations. But this is 20-something expeditions later, 30-something expeditions later from when that OVA happened. And Levi's seen some shit now, okay? He's seen people die. He's been through it now, just like Erwin's been through it.
Cold as,
and he's still paying his respect and still remembering, like, there is a possibility that they will die, but I'm not going to overlook the fact that they died. I still respect the reason they died, you know what I mean? And thank you to them. Like, he praises them and respects them. But Erwin's still like, is that so?
Is that so?
Is that so?
But see, like, the only thing that I can think of to explain why I feel the way I feel about Erwin is there's this video game called Fable 3. I think it was Fable 3. But it's one of those Fables. And if you haven't played the game, I guess, spoiler alert, okay? I forgot what it was, but I think it was the king or whatever that was in charge of the whole community, right? And everybody hated him. He was evil. Everybody hated him. But then the main character, you controlling the main character, they want you to be the next king. So you can either be good or bad, you know what I'm saying? So you can like build up whatever to be good, and then for order you build up being good, you dethrone him and you become king, and everything is cool. Or you can manipulate these people, dethrone him, and you become king, and then make it worse. Make the whole thing worse. Everybody think that you're gonna make a change, but you make everything worse.
That's exactly.
That's the only thing I can think of. Sorry I butchered that up. I hope you get what I'm trying to say.
No, it makes complete sense.
But that's how I feel about Erwin. I feel like, yes, there's something wrong about this community or this whole society, but I feel like he might one day take control of it and have his own idea, and maybe his idea is even worse than what it is now.
Yeah,
but he's thinking that he's doing something good, or trying to save something. Trying to save humanity, because he thinks that everything right now that humanity is tainted, and wanted to be whatever way that he wanted to be, and I feel like it's not what he thinks is good or good for the humanity, society, whatever.
Or the other side of it. Hold on, I'm trying not to lose it. Because I was trying to hold on to it so tight. Wait.
Tight.
Wait. Because you were talking about how he's gonna take it over and make it worse. I was saying, okay. So what I was gonna say was that makes a lot of sense. But also on the flip side, it might not be that what he's doing is pure. Like, the example you were just giving is, in his mind, what he's doing is right, and he thinks he should be in a position to change society and make humanity better, when his idea of what's better might be worse. But what he also might be doing, and I could totally see it if this was the case, because of how fake he seems like he's able to be, possibly how charismatic he is. This might all be a front to something else. Like this, him trying to save humanity and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, he is out there risking his life and doing the most to get these Titans and to really help humanity in this way, you know, and really get outside of the walls. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not overlooking that, but there might be a deeper thing that he has, maybe a selfish motive underneath that facade of like, oh, this is all for humanity. This is all for humanity. Society is not just the way that it is. It's screwed up because whoever is doing this and that, you know? I don't know if maybe that's just the cover of what's actually inside the book. You know what I mean? Like, that could be a possibility too. Like, I could see that too.
Right.
But whatever it is, Erwin's hiding something.
Right.
We just don't know what.
What we're trying to say is that this is a reaction, right? We are recapping, and this is how we feel towards Erwin. We're not saying that he's all bad. We're not saying this and that and third about him. But we just feel this vibe that he's producing. You know what I'm saying? We would not doubt that he has his own agenda of good or bad, you know? But we just don't know.
Well, let me reiterate what I said in the discussion of the OVA, the second part, and earlier in this discussion, that I understand reasons why Erwin is the way that he is.
Yeah.
Like, do
Big
not
facts.
get me wrong, I understand why you would need to be or seem somewhat cold-hearted and be that cool-headed in those situations rather than continuing to pay your respects and be thoughtful. Even though I agree with the way Levi carries himself more than the way Erwin carries himself when it comes to the other soldiers. But I understand. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. And Erwin may have his reasons, and it may not be bad. It may just appear bad. We don't know. We don't know. That's all I have to say now.
We feel like we covered everything. If we haven't or we didn't, please go down to the comment section below and we can have the discussion there, okay?
Yep.
But please, no spoilers.
No.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button to become an Anime Eater Squad today. What else can they do on a minute in this?
Anyway, you can go to Instagram and follow us at Anime Eats. You can follow us both individually as well. Follow him at For Real Though. Follow me at Miss Leblue. And if you haven't had enough and you just want more of the Anime Eats squad.
Are you okay with your arms?
Is this bothering you? Is
Yes.
this making you uncomfortable?
It is. What?
I don't know. Anyways, you can go down to the description box below and go to our Patreon, where we really appreciate any of you who support us there and help us become even more dedicated to you guys. The more that you give us, the more that we give back to you. So,
What up? What the fuck?
I'll
Until